Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I have 3 replays for you in the American Tier 6 Tech Tree Tank Destroyer, the M18 Hellcat. So yes, the Hellcat. Just before I get into it, obviously we'll look at the equipment and the perks I run on the tank. So I've got Camo Net, Gun Rammer and Advanced Gun Lane Drive. On the perks, we'll be running Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Steady Aim, Situational Awareness, Snapshot, Camouflage Expertise, Run and Gun, and Silent Driving. So, yes, the Hellcat. It's on sort of the flips, well, on the lowdown, I would say. It's a really good tank destroyer. What's so good about it? Well, you've got fantastic mobility with a top forward speed of 72 kilometers an hour with a 20 kilometers an hour reverse speed. You've got 370 meters view range, which is not too bad at tier 6, I don't think. Yeah, you got excellent camo. I mean, this thing is under 300 meters still concealment when you're still. Obviously, if you include sort of your camo perks and everything that you're going to run on this tank, makes it even better. So it's very stealthy. You have got good DPM. You've got 240 alpha on your 90mm gun with a 160 penetration at AP rounds with 243 penetration at APCR. So really good APCR rounds penetration wise. Your 8-second reload time, which is not too bad. Again, with sort of the build, you can bring that down. And you have 1.26 accuracy on turret rotation with 10 degrees of gun depression and a 1.2 aim time. So all the good bits are there. The bad bits is you've got relatively slow shell velocity. I mean, on the APCR rounds it's just over 1,000, so it's not too bad, which is why I do run sort of full APCR, just to have that better shell velocity and obviously penetration values as well, always is a bonus. You've got 0.35 accuracy, which isn't too bad, but it's just on the derpy side. Typical American gun can troll every now and then, as it does with its accuracy. The hull and turret traverse is awful. This is probably the worst part of the tank, is its traverse speeds are very, very poor. So you'll notice the turret traverse is notably probably the worst out of the two. And in all fairness, going back to the perks, I would probably drop one of the perks for clutch braking. I think if you're going to tailor your perks to a specific tank, and for this, I would certainly, without a doubt, run clutch braking. You could even, if you wanted to, take off the gun lane drive and put on the why can't I think? Basically the bit of equipment, traction system, which will improve your terrain resistances and basically be able to allow you to traverse a little bit quicker. So I run those. You have 20% fire chance, which isn't great. Hit points are 675 hit points, which isn't too bad, but you've just got to be careful because this thing has no armor, so you can't really take too much punishment, otherwise it's going to be a short game for you. And obviously the reverse 20 kilometers an hour is just a little tad slow, so again, sort of be careful. I'd sort of maybe suggest, if you're going to sort of shoot, if you get in a position where you're going to shoot tanks, perhaps hang the gun over the side or the back where you're facing the tank away from your target, so you can sort of move. If you get spotted, you've got a quick escape plan basically, because like I say, that top forward speed is really, really good. So that's the tank in a nutshell. To conclude over the stats that we've been talking about, this really is a phenomenal tank. It is one of my favourite tier 6 tank destroyers to play. So much so I went and free marked it quite a long while ago, but I really got on with this tank, really did. We're on the first map now, which is Maravanka, and we are bottom tier or mid tier, one of the two, but It's even game at the moment. We've done a bit of a slow start. We've got 1300 hit damage with 1 kill, and we decided to just take this position, a nice safe spot. Gonna slap a shot into the Panther there, picking up our 2nd kill of the game. And yeah, this is just kind of a bit of a bog standard game, really. Just picking off what our team is spotting. We can see a stir mill in the distance. One thing I should note as well with this tank is it has a low ammo count as well. I think if I remember rightly, yeah, it's got 30 shells in total. So yeah, you do run the risk of running out of ammo pretty quickly. So you have to make these shots count. So I would just say, yeah, take your time with the gun, aim in, try not to miss, because it can come back and hurt you. We were lucky to get that snap off on that Nashorn, or that stir mill there, sorry, taking him out for our 3rd kill. We had artillery looking at us, so I'm just going to move around. We see this IS, which looks like it's going to make a push into the open. Somehow that shot just completely whiffed, but now we have a clear line of sight on this IS, and all we're going to do is we're just going to take our time and pick our shots. He's been tracked, we let the gun aim in there, and we do slap a shot into the side of his turret blind. Just going to wait for our T-71 DA to go and spot him up again. Should probably just sit still at this point and sort of ducking in and backwards and forwards. Probably just sit still and let the gun aim in that position, but decided to move now and try and see if I can pick up a shot elsewhere. See that medium tank that was poking, but now this IS is back out again. He's making a move into the middle. We get another shot in. Can we pick up the kill? Just got to let the gun aim in, let it reload. He's just got tracked in place, and there we go, pick up our 4th kill of the game. Now in CSE25, be nice to get a shot in, but unfortunately he just gets out before we're able to land the shot, and now we've got 5 shells left. So again, we've not really done well in conserving our ammo. And yeah, it's still a close game, so this could be a little bit on the difficult side. We might struggle here, but we'll see what we can do and how we can get on. We see this tier 7 AMX tank there. I was looking to see if we could get a shot into him, but I can't. But luckily our Panther manages to take him out, bringing it down to 4 tanks left, and pretty sure I know where they're going to be. They're going to be sort of over on in this forest section. So I'm going to make my way over there and try and see if I can put any damage in. Now artillery does get spotted. I'd like to try and put some shots in if I can, but it looks like he's going to get taken out. Just letting the gun aim in. Unfortunately, the light tank manages to take him out before our shot connects. Now we're all getting targeted there, so that says to me that the remaining tanks are over on into the forest, which is, to be honest, where I would be. You play that position to sort of, just sort of turtle up really and try and inflict as much damage as possible. It's, we're going to move over and we're just going to try and see if we can sort of play the spotlights. Like I said, sort of pointing out in the stats, that top forward speed is really, really good. You can almost play a little bit of a light tank role towards the end game, but we do spot the medium tank that's on the right hand side. It'd be nice to see if we can get some shots in, but then we spot up the E25 that is the last remaining tank. We do get a shot in there. We've got 3 shots left. It'd be nice to be able to get all 3 shots into this E25. Might be able to kill him. Just got to make sure that we do hit, and we do get a shot off there. We got 2 more shells left. Can we finish this E25 off? It's just unfortunately just ran into something there. And can we pick up the shot? No, we can't. Unfortunately, we think we missed out on the fade-ins on that, which is really unfortunate. We tried ramming him to death, but Panther comes in clutch, and I didn't actually realise there I could have been on for a fade-ins if I'd managed to actually line up that shot properly. But there we go. Never mind. We do manage to sort of run out of shells, but we do get the win in the end, thanks to our Panther. And we come in second place there with 4 kills, 3.5k damage. only picking up the first class there. Yeah, I was quite gutted about that. It could have had the 5th kill and the fade in, so that might have topped it for an ace, I don't know, but never mind, it is what it is. But we're going to move into the second replay now, where we're on Nomonhan. So with Nomonhan then, I think I'm going to sort of play the usual spot, just move right up to the top there. We are top tier as well in this game, so heavily top tier, so you know, this should work in our favour. Now, you can see where I'm sort of going to try and move up to the 1-2 line, sort of where I've sort of moved my cursor up. It's probably the position I want to play. But I think I have had sort of a thought here, maybe playing sort of quite an aggressive light tank play. Or where a light tank would play if I was playing light tank, I'd sort of move into sort of the D4 position perhaps, and just try and see if I can light up anything on the cross or any tanks that could potentially be coming our way, just to get a little bit of information. So light tank has moved up, but he's kind of hanging back on this ridge, and ideally it'd be good for him to be sort of over this side because he's got the view range to spot up across. And this is a risky position because there is a chance I could be counter spotted, and if there's any tanks sitting at the back there, then I'm going to be toast. So I am playing it a little bit risky. Our light tank is moving in now, which is good, and let's see if I can squeeze a shot on that T-34 there, which I do. Now you can see a lot more tanks are getting spotted there, and we do squeeze a blind shot into that medium crossing, and again it's just sort of now about biding our time and just trying to see if we can get any more shots off while we're here. We haven't been detected yet, which is good, but now we can see this light tank, this wheelie boy that is moving in, and I've sort of thought, I think maybe I should sort of just pull back here for a second. So pulling back to get into a bit more of a safer position because I didn't want to get caught out by that light tank. But I've decided I'm going to play a little bit more risky again, and essentially I want to support the tanks that are kind of held up. Now we do spot artillery there, which is good, and I do squeeze a shot in. It'd be nice to get another shot in if I can. Should be able to possibly get a spot there, and we do, managing to take out the artillery. So I don't have to worry about artillery. Now I'm going to see if I can squeeze a shot into that enemy Hellcat, which I do. Yeah, and I've sort of moved those to this position because I want to see if I can get an angle on these tanks that are in the corner here, or sort of A, B, 3, 4. And I'm thinking I could possibly get some shots in here, and I do. I get a shot into that KV1. Now if he is pushing, we do see this enemy T-34, and I do get a shot in there. Managing to put him down to a one shot and try and blind fire, and I managed to take out the Sturv with that blind fire. It was quite a lucky shot, to be honest, and I'm seeing if this tank can if that tank sort of ends up creeping back enough, but we don't hit that shot. Probably shouldn't have taken that shot, to be honest. As I say, you do need to conserve ammo in this, and no point taking sort of risky blind shots if it's not going to work. Now, unfortunately, we see this tier 5 tank destroyer that has now sort of crept up and has exposed our position, and now the enemy tank's going to know we are here. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to trade off with this tank destroyer. It's tier 5 tank destroyer. Yes, it does hit hard, but with 2 shots we should be able to take out this enemy tank destroyer. We managed to get one in. There we go. We snap another in, avoiding artillery, and yeah, just now it's just a case of just getting safe and then sort of reaffirming our position and trying to see if we can get shots in. We see the KV2 there. Now I'd like to take out the KV2 because that is a dangerous tank, hard hitting derpy tier 6. So yeah, it would be nice to get a shot in, as the scores are quite even as well. So yeah, this game is close. It's not all won yet. Yeah, we are 2 tanks up. We do have the hit point advantage, but again, it would be nice to get these shots in. Unfortunately, we do bounce the Type 38, I think it is, or 58, 1 and 2, a Chinese medium, I don't know. We do bounce the turret. Artillery has been lit up, the second artillery has been lit up there, but we can't really get a shot. So again, just going to move into a position where A, I can get possibly shots onto this artillery, although it doesn't look like he's going to last long, and he doesn't, gets taken out by a super chaffy. But ultimately it's trying to get the back of these tanks. You know, still got that KV2 in play, which is looking like he's been a bit difficult. Also got his Type 58 here, which I'd like to get a shot into and put down to a one shot. We're moving around, and there we go, see the Type 58, and we do set him on fire as well, which is good. Doesn't quite burn out though, so he's got a fire extinguisher, I assume, or running some sort of fire suppressant, which means he can get that fire out quickly, but suffering a bit of lag here for some unknown reason. But yeah, now we're sort of going to try and see if we can line up a shot on that KV2. Just he's making it difficult for us. But I'm hoping we can squeeze a shot into his turret there, and we do, taking him out for our 5th kill of the game. We're up to 2.7k damage now. Scores are 7-4. I was hoping his Type 58 would poke out, but Super Chaffee has taken him out there. So now there's only 3 tanks left, so we need to move in and move in quick, because there is a chance for a Devastator's medal here, or, you know, well, even a Radley Walters actually. We've got a chance of a Radley Walters, Devastator, or a Top Gun. It'd be nice to get another kill to add to that. I've had half decent game, so it'd be good to end it on a high. We see that Type 34 there, or T34, sorry. Unfortunately, we just don't roll high enough to get the kill. And we're just under 3k damage, but yeah, there is a full health Panzer tank over in the field there, so again, just going to try and get in as quickly as possible and see if we can get any more damage out. But our team are closing in, so if I'm honest, at this point, sort of looking likely. But then, you know, the Panzer 5 does actually manage to take out the KV-1S, so yeah, there still is a chance, could be a chance. Light tank look like he's putting shots onto one of the enemy medium tanks. We poke out there, we get a nice shot and setting him on fire again. And we could pick up a kill here. Are we going to pick up a kill again? Unfortunately, we don't roll high enough to get the kill, and he gets taken out by the Super Chaffee, and that brings an end to the game. So let's see how we got on then before we move into the final replay. So there we go, we get top of the board with 5 kills with 3.6k damage. Only a tiny bit of assistance. And yeah, we pick up the first class medal there in a high caliber. And yeah, we're going to move on to the 3rd and final replay, so I shall see you there in a little while. So now we move on to the 3rd and final replay, where we are on Prokhorovka. So an ideal map for the Hellcat, and I think we're mid-tier here, so yeah, sort of get the best of both worlds. I think always being mid-tier is it's always best. It's got all the hit points to the tier 7, but yeah, you're able to sort of be slightly more aggressive with the tiers, you know, sort of the same as you and below. But we're going to move on to the one line now and sort of get in a position where we can just not be too far forwards, but yeah, forwards enough where we can get some shots off, but hopefully not get spotted. So that's the plan anyway, and keeping an eye on that light tank. Obviously Proc is, you know, where you want to take out the light tank and get rid of the vision most of all. Now we do see his T22 Proto, which has recently been moved from tier 1 to tier 6 now, so tier 6 premium, which I haven't got. I sold mine stupidly, so yeah, unfortunately I can't get any replays in that. Hopefully I'll put it on sale again, and I'll buy it, but yeah, could have just had it in my garage if I'd not sold it. And now keeping an eye on this light tank, we do get lit there. Actually, it's not a light tank, it's a VK301D. Before it's a light tank, but yeah, that tank is pretty quick and very mobile. So another tank I need to be careful of, because he can act as the light tank. Now we're just going to rinse and repeat, basically just move up and just see what we can get shots into. And see that Panther is playing pretty well. He's just sort of keeping his turret, or keeping his tank away from any shots that, you know, might come in from my side. Now the VK is just absolutely going mental. Unfortunately, we do miss a shot there. Didn't quite let that shot aim in. Now, just going to try and aim at the side of this Panther. Again, it's just sort of weaving in and out. We do bounce the side of the turret, but which is a bit unfortunate. Now we're going to look at the 45 TP. We do manage to get a shot into there, breaking his ammo rack. Tried squeezing a shot into the AMX, but we didn't quite let the gun aim in fully. Now he sat there still, let the gun aim in, and there we go. American trolling us right there. The gun just, the shell just goes straight over. That wasn't aimed in, so yeah, that was my fault, to be honest. We did try squeezing a shot into that 45 TP. And that's what I say, you do need to let the gun aim. It needs to let it aim in. Try squeezing in the kill shot, but unfortunately it gets taken out by the carrot. Now the Panther is starting to peak up enough to let us get shots into him, but we're not really doing a great job of actually aiming and being able to get shots in. But he's given us enough where we can squeeze some shots into the side. We need to take out that Panther because he's kind of holding up the show here. VK moves over and we do get a shot into him there, damaging his fuel tank. Don't quite set him on fire though. We're down to 12 rounds, so yeah, again, you really need to be careful of the ammo count here. We do snap a shot into that Panther, and just going to keep an eye and try and see if perhaps we get another shot in. We do, squeezing a shot into the turret, putting him down to a one shot. Can we finish this tank off? It would be nice to get rid of him. Just waiting for the opportune moment, but unfortunately it doesn't quite give us that shot. Now we're just waiting for the AMX to come up there. We do get a shot into his track, putting him in place. He's burnt his repair kit, and there we go. He's down and out. The Panther gets taken out, so we can kind of move on. Unfortunately, we scuff a shot there. Again, didn't really let that shot aim in. I was going to take the shot there, but now we do. Putting the VK onto a one shot. We might be able to pick up the kill here. We do. Picking up our first kill of the game. We're up to 2.6k damage. Now we're going to get some shots into the TOG 2. Nice big juicy target there for us to shoot. So I'm going to go through his turret there. I feel sorry for that guy playing that tank on prop. That must be the worst thing ever. Now I'm going to turn my attention to the Tiger P because obviously it is a tier 7. Tracked him in place. Get a shot into his ammo rack there. We might be able to finish him off. Can we get another kill? We can, and we detonate his ammo rack as well. Picking up second kill of the game. Giving out some fireworks there. Now we've just fired our last shell into the TOG 2, and unfortunately we've got no more shells, so we can't do anything more in the game really. So at this point I've just sort of thought, well, okay, I'm just going to move up to basically spot or be a bit of a distraction. I'm just waiting for this Brombar to get taken out. I think the light tank spotted him up, so we're just going to sit here and wait, but then we start picking up a little bit of assists. So yeah, seems we're actually sharing, I think we're sharing some assists with the light tank there, which I didn't expect to get because the light tank was so far forward. Yeah, it's never made any sense to me why that's a thing really. Really the light tank should just be getting all of that, but yeah, I'm grateful for it. It all adds up to the tally. So yeah, I'm going to move over, and yeah, there's 3 tanks left and they're all going to be on the hills, so I'm just going to make my way over there as quickly as possible, just to try and help the team really, just try and see, you know, if it can be a distraction and maybe pick up a little bit more spotting. But now these tanks are lit, I don't expect them to survive for very long. But my plan is just to just move straight in really, and just, like I say, just be a distraction, be a nuisance at this rate. Now someone does take out the Panther, and I think we picked up a little bit more assistance there. We've not done too bad considering that yeah, we've not got any shells, and there we go, pick up another tiny bit of assistance. The IS is down to a one shot, and yeah, we're just going to move up and just try and see if we can distract him, get him to turn his turret, but
don't need to because the A43 manages to pick up the kill. So there we go, that is the M18 Hellcat. Let's see how we get on for the third replay. We got just under 4k damage there with 2 kills, picking up just over 1100 assistance. And yeah, picking up the ace tanker as well, which was a nice pleasant surprise. I thought that was going to be a first class, if I'm honest. Probably could have got a bit more if we'd just been a little bit more, you know, a little bit more savvy with our shooting and keeping our shells, but yeah, it's what it is. But anyway, that is it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like and subscribe because it does help the channel. And as always, I'll catch you next time.